Good morning. It's Monday, the 10th of August, and it's Talking Cafe live in West Somerset. So today we're going to be talking about all the agents in West Somerset and what our jobs are and what we do. So it's going to be a little bit different. We're trialing it for the first time in a different way through StreamYard. So hopefully we'll have people waiting in our lobby, and hopefully we're going to have Tony Bloomfield from the Minehead Coronavirus Support Group. Hopefully she'll be coming in a little bit later, so we'll just hang on just to see if there's going to be a few more people that are going to join us in our chat this morning. So I'm just saying it's a little bit cooler. We had a little bit of rain last night. So that was quite nice. I hope you all had a lovely weekend and you stay hydrated. Obviously, make sure that you drink lots. Okay, so Christy's saying morning. So Christy Hirons is our team lead. So she's the one that keeps us all in check. So there are 5 of us agents in West Somerset, and we are having a new recruitment who will be joining us in September. So that's going to be really exciting. I don't think she realises just what a mad group we are, but she'll find out. And Tony's having a few issues with her Wi-Fi at the moment, so fingers crossed she'll be able to get on. So we'll just hang on another couple of minutes and then we can talk about what my job is at present. Okay, so my name's Tracey Bland, and I am a community agent in West Somerset. I work for the Community Council in Somerset, which is a charity, and I joined the charity. It will be 3 years next month, can I believe? It's been amazing 3 years and had lots of different jobs. I was first a village agent, and then for short term, I was a mental health village agent as a trial. And now I am a community agent, which means that I work alongside adult social care. Obviously, it's slightly different at the moment because of COVID. So I've been doing, we have a form that is on our website, which is a COVID response form, where agencies can call into us, and basically we get them, and I see these COVID responses and I triage them and signpost them to the appropriate people. So whether it might be the coronavirus support group, or to transport if they need transport, or if they need a food box. So it's been very challenging, but I've loved it because I did have to shield because of my husband. So that's part of my job, has actually kept me sane. So I'm very grateful for that. So I think that's mainly a little bit about me. Put in the comments if you'd like to ask any questions about what I do. And I think we're going to bring Izzy Sylvester in now. So Izzy's now going to join us. Good morning, Izzy, over here as well.
Yeah.
And it works, technology.
Yeah, and well, I think I pride myself on being one of the most enthusiastic village agents in terms of working for our charity. And usually when I'm out there giving talks in village halls and all over the place, even in Taunton, I've been all over Somerset. I think people just pick up on how positively I feel about the charity I work for, the Community Council of Somerset. And I think that the ethos of the charity, with the mutual respect, the respect for the individuality of each person, the unconditional positive regard we give for each other and our clients, means, for me, it is the best job I've ever been in.
I totally agree with you.
So it's that, and I have to say we are particularly lucky over in West Somerset. We have Christy, and Christy is our team lead. She gets to do a load of high-level meetings that we're not part of, but she's very much part of the team. She totally respects our integrity. She's super supportive. So we consider ourselves very lucky. I think we're all very different in our team, but we all think a lot of each other. There's a lot of respect for the differences between us. And I think it makes us really work well together, doesn't it, Tracey?
It does, yeah. We've all got completely different personalities, but like you say, we respect each other. We respect each other and the work that we do. We all work completely different in our own ways. Yeah, and I think the one thing that I want to say actually is when we've gone into COVID, it's been really difficult for us, and actually it's been very challenging doing these team meetings and these Zoom meetings. We've never had that before, and like this, which is absolutely amazing. If you just said we would be doing this, say in February time, I'd have said I haven't got a clue what we're doing. But
Yeah.
it's great, and this is the first time that we've actually been able to see each other, like you say, on a Talking Cafe Live, which is really great that we can share that with people.
I think the way, I mean, I think all the other teams are the same, but with our team, we know we've got each other's back. So a call comes in at 5 o'clock, 5:30, you can bet your boots you'll phone another member of the team to help you out in a tricky situation.
Yeah, and it's always Friday afternoon.
But no matter what it is, you know somebody else is out there. They will drop everything and come to your aid, and that we're not afraid of anything, however small. And this is the important thing for everybody out there in Somerset to realise: small things that you think are tiny whiny little issues, and you feel a little bit afraid to phone somebody and say that you're worried about it, because you feel a little bit embarrassed, or it doesn't seem that big compared to the enormous problems that people are facing. We will not judge you for that. Please phone us if it seems insignificant. We know how that tiny little thing can affect your mental health, and it can go on and on.
That was like on Thursday, that obviously you had that phone call from that 83-year-old lady panicking because she needs to get to an eye appointment at Minehead Hospital tomorrow. You know, you passed it over to me because obviously you don't work Friday, so it was like you couldn't sort anything out at 4:30 on a Thursday afternoon. We sorted it all out, and it's fantastic. Spoken to Watch It, and we're actually going to be using the Watch It electric car to be able to get this client to her hospital appointment in Minehead on Tuesday. She was so relieved because she said, I don't want to cancel. It's been cancelled since March, since COVID, you know, and this eye appointment may be stopping her from going blind. I don't know what that situation is, but it's really important that she needed to get to that appointment. So, you know, like you say, people, if you're worried, you know, about anything, you know, even if you just want a conversation with us, we are a mixed bag of knowledge. All of us, if we can't sort something out, say if I can't sort it out, if it was for Exford and Dulverton, that would be Jane Lillis, because she's the agent out there. You know, it's very rural over in Exford and very isolating compared to Minehead. I'm just reading in the comments. Billy has joined us, so good morning, Billy. Pat Keys is on Twitter and seems to be discussing us quite a lot at the moment. Pat Keys has been an advocate for ages. Unsure how you haven't seen his tweets. I'm not on Twitter. I don't do Twitter. Maybe I should. How about you? Do you do Twitter?
I don't do Twitter, but yeah, I think that's one for you, Tracey, or our lovely Ellie. She's...
Let's bring Ellie in on this. Now, we may struggle with Ellie, unfortunately, because her internet is a little bit grim where she lives, out in Timberscombe. So we're going to try. If we can't manage it, Ellie, if you want to maybe type in the comments, then we can sort of talk on your behalf. But we're going to try it. But if she sounds like a Dalek, I can assure you she's not a Dalek. She is our lovely Ellie, and she is the baby of our team. So here we go, Ellie.
But with bags of common sense, this woman has, and that's what makes her so great.
Morning, Ellie.
Ooh.
She's frozen. She's just like... Is Ellie frozen? We're not frozen. She can hear. This is the annoying thing. She can hear us really clear, but we can't hear her. Ellie, do you want to type in the comments?
Yeah, and we can see why. I mean, we have absolutely loved having Ellie on our team, haven't we, Tracey?
We have, because she was a breath of fresh air, literally.
And it's the fact that she's got bags of common sense and she can problem solve. These are absolutely, you can have however many qualifications you like. If you don't have that key element of that respecting, but you have to respect the individual, it has to be person-centered, but you have to be able to problem solve. You've got to be able to think on your feet in this job, because we do anything and everything. And this is really, really important for all of you to realise out there. And
that's what I like about Ellie as well, because she'll phone me and she'll say, just a quick question. And it'd be like, it's not just a quick question, it's absolutely fine. And I think that's been really nice that she's felt that she's okay to actually just, you know, talk to us and say, oh, she's there, look, she's saying, I'm here, sorry for the Wi-Fi problems. And like Christy says, Ellie is very much a can-do person. She's always smiling. She is always smiling. She's the chick. Well, I think we're always smiling. We're always happy. And actually, when we are having a bit of a down day, we can be honest enough to say, actually, I'm not feeling too good. I felt rubbish on Friday night because I'd found out one of my clients had died quite suddenly from cancer. Been speaking to him 2 weeks ago. So, you know, that in yourself, you do take it personally, because, you know, you've grown to love these people, you know, to make a difference to them, especially through COVID. You know, you're on the phone even more to them than what you normally would, you know, and obviously, you know, trying to reassure them that everything's okay. And sometimes they come for us to reassure them, but actually we don't know what's going to happen with this COVID situation, and we find it challenging as well. So it is very difficult. So Ellie, I'm just going to read out to everybody. So Ellie's saying she loves being part of the West Somerset team. You have all been amazing and so welcoming. So I'm just trying to think. I can't think when Ellie joined us. Can you, Izzy?
Wasn't it
December?
Yes, it was before Christmas, because I remember one or two outstanding scenarios where Ellie was.
I remember. So her
where she sat for hours. She would not leave a very vulnerable person, you know, and this was like at the end of the day, going into the evening on Friday. Absolutely incredible work. And that's how we knew she's one of us who will.
Yeah, she did. She stayed with that person, didn't she? She didn't leave his side, and she was new on board, and she had no idea what that situation was going to feel like. She was amazing. I remember that. And also I remember her first day, because Christy turned around and said, well, her first day is the day when we're doing our Christmas Santa train. And it was like, oh, is she coming on the train with us? And Christy went, no, we're not putting her in at the deep end like that. So that's like, yeah, I remember now. That was so that must have been the 12th or the 14th of December. So yeah.
Tracey, are you okay if I just talk a little bit about all the transport stuff that's going on at the moment? Because it is.
I'd love you to.
It has been such a tricky time, and you've just talked about the electric car and Watch It, and that's been a long, big piece of work. And the reason Watch It do have an electric car with a whole boot full of PPE is thanks to the hard work of the Coastal Communities team in Watch It. So Watch It was very lucky to bag £250,000 in a funding bid. And Georgie Grant is the secretary of that team. And Pete, who's one of the Watch It town councillors, he is the chair of that group. So it's a long, long time ago that we started talking about transport, and very happily, there was a progressive group of people who realised that electric was the way forward, not hiring a vehicle, but an electric vehicle was the way forward to go. And that was working in tandem with a project that a number of West Somerset councillors have been working on, which is to get electric charge points put in all over Somerset. So that's very much moving forward with Somerset County Council's green agenda, and of course the government agenda. So that's fantastic. We have that now. The Watch It Drives group, which I'm part of, we have agreed that hospital visits and doctors' visits will be the priority use of that vehicle now. Before COVID, that wasn't going to be the case. It was going to be used for people to get to all the fantastic groups that are on in Watch It, and it could have included social things. Now we have to prioritise, as you all probably agree, we have to prioritise medical appointments. So one of the other people in that group is fantastic. One of the many, many fantastic people who I work with in the parishes I've been working with over the last 4 years is a gentleman called David Croxton. And David Croxton's the chair of the West Somerset Car Partnership at the moment. And there's 2 bits of work I'm doing with him. One of them is to look at the cost of appropriate PPE for all community transport groups. So that will apply not just to West Somerset. David's coming up with a figure. And then we're going to look at the other. So this is a bigger piece of work that's going to go right across Somerset, because we will fundraise, that's the Community Council of Somerset, so that when you are ready as a community car scheme to go forward, you will have the correct amount of PPE. The guidelines are out there. You probably all know the guidelines are out there. The Community Transport Organisation of Great Britain have got guidelines, the published guidelines. So that is there. It doesn't include screens, but it does include seat covers. It does include face masks. And of course, what we know now is a lot of people are more comfortable in those visors. So anyway, as I say, that's one piece of work that's going on with David at the moment. The other is looking at the cost of a funding project for other electric cars. So a community car that we could look at supporting in other parishes in West Somerset. So
is this PPE so that we can hopefully try and get these car schemes up and running again? Is that sort of what we're looking at now to move forward? Yeah.
But each individual car scheme, obviously they are doing their own risk assessments. We tragically still have the problem of some people are more capable. And of course, what the community car schemes were always brilliant at is knowing their very vulnerable clients. They would help them into the car. And of course, this is the big problem now. However, we do have those fantastic micro providers out there who have appropriate PPE. It's different if you are being paid to do that work. I know the group, the Hello Care Network in Minehead, they've done a lot of work around COVID. They all have appropriate PPE. They are doing some tracking. So that is another route. So do you want me to say a little bit about the bike project? Because, I was charging around. So excited. I was so excited. I think I just embarrassed myself sometimes because I was just so excited about the project. And
because you're so enthusiastic as well.
Yeah, but I'm so lucky to be there in the right place at the right time. Boris is announcing on the radio, we need to get people out. We need to get people walking.
Get on a bike.
Luckily, I have a dual role village agent, also the transport agent. The very day Boris said that, I phoned the local bike shop to find out no second-hand bikes available in West Somerset and no bikes under about 500 or 600 quid. So what do you do? Well, as usual, with all these situations, we know where our power base is. It's in the people of West Somerset, because they're the people who've built the support groups. And wham, bam, what do you know? Within about 3 weeks, I had offers of about 65 bikes. Isn't that phenomenal? I can tell you now.
We did. We put it out there, didn't we, on our Facebook page, on our agent Facebook pages. And I just couldn't believe it. I was getting private message. I've got 3 bikes. I've got these bikes. Yeah, what do you want them for? These are for vulnerable people. Yes, I don't need it. It's just been in my shed. I don't use it anymore, but it's in it just needs a little bit of repair, you know, or it needs, yeah, it was just brilliant. My neighbours across the road were just there, Tracey, I've got these 3 bikes, here you go. It was just like, yay.
Yeah. Wasn't it incredible? And it still is incredible, because guess what? This is weeks later now. The first bikes actually went out to recipients right back in June, about the 21st of June. Yet now in August, today, what have I had? A couple of emails from people saying, I've got a bike. I've seen the people who the bikes have gone out to. And those people, they've been isolated carers who it's been a breath of fresh air that they can get out on their bikes. It's been those carers who were doing such a valiant job. It's been
people that work at Willerton Hospital.
They are absolutely delighted that they can just get that, and it's just given them a breath and a bit of headspace. We've had some gorgeous mums and dads. The kids have got little bikes. They didn't have them. They're out now with their kids.
As a family, yeah.
And in the face of the fact that so many things have been cancelled, though, of course, obviously we know Home Start's done a brilliant job at trying to do some things.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot online, haven't they, as well? I've seen that. It's been really good, like Baby Start and things like that, and doing reading. And how Hayley was on there the other day, how to make Play-Doh, which I just think it's great. All this interactive that we can do online. I just feel of our clients that maybe they're missing out, because obviously a lot of our elderly don't have this online facility. So, but you never know, maybe in the future something we could look into.
Well, and I do think the scope, I'm just going to make a little mention of one of the people who has done such a terrific job down in Watchet, the support group. There's a wonderful woman, a lot of you will know her if you live in Watchet, and she's called Janet Tapp. And I popped in, as Tracey has several times over the COVID period. Janet was doing a great job sort of coordinating the support group, one of the key people with the group there. But guess what? I popped in there, and there was Janet and a lovely lady we know as one of the backbones of Watchet, a lady called Bernie, who I think is 82 now. I might be wrong. She's always been one of the backbones of Watchet. I mean, I always used to say Watchet was run on people who were over 80. That certainly was when I got here 20 years ago. Those were the people who kept Watchet on their toes. And anyway, there was Janet, socially distanced from Bernie at 82, and she was giving us some iPad training.
Brilliant. That's great.
So I don't know whether this is going forward at some point. I know we've got the CCS have got an appeal out now for those unused phones. Maybe it's possible with some old style phones, or maybe even second-hand iPads.
Yeah, my dad had an iPad. He was using his iPad literally just for sending emails and things like that. He'd never FaceTimed. So when we showed him how to FaceTime, and he said, why have I been phoning you on the phone when I could have seen you face to face on FaceTime all these years? And I was like, just never thought about it, Dad, really. So yeah, it works brilliantly. So just want to say as well that obviously fantastic that we had a brilliant, you were saying about Janet Tapp, and obviously everybody, we had the lovely Watch It coronavirus support group who had been absolutely amazing and had supported you and Izzy, obviously, with our clients, hadn't they? And certainly made our jobs a lot easier. We had somebody to signpost them to. That is no longer available, but that group now is integrating into what we call a good neighbours scheme. So do you want to sort of mention a little bit about that, Izzy, and how people, if they would like to volunteer, you know, it can be anything from literally half an hour a week or even just an hour a month. You know, if you think you've got, you know, you might want to sit with somebody or take somebody out for a coffee. Obviously, you will have to social distance, or just go and sit in the garden with somebody and talk to somebody. I know there's quite a lot of people that are still shielding because they're worried about going out. And they might just want that maybe, you know, once a fortnight contact in their garden just to say hi, really.
Yeah, and you know what, Tracey? So not only were the support group going out, there was a group of volunteers going out delivering soup on behalf of the Phoenix and the Sanctuary. And what the feedback from there was, just that person, that little wave down the asking how you are, was making a spectacular difference to people's lives. And that is what we're talking about. It can be a tiny amount of time, really, just checking in that somebody's asking, how was your day? How are you? Practical support is great, of course. If you're a bloke and you actually, I'm going to call it blokey work, extremely sexist, but there we have it. Some blokes are not so good at sitting, talking. One of them's my husband, so I know all about this. You know, platitudes, not interested. What he would rather do is pop over, do a little bit of mowing or just something like that type of thing that's very sort of practical but means an awful lot to somebody. Because if you're isolated, you're feeling low, as I say, those little jobs can really get on top of you.
They can seem massive.
Absolutely. I had a lady who phoned me up again. She was like apologizing profusely. Oh, I know this isn't much compared to everything that's happening in the world. It was her large amount of cardboard recycling that was too much for the recycling guys to take away. But because that was her main focus, literally, it was giving her heart palpitations, the worry. What was she going to do with it? How could she cope? Because it's becoming an eyesore. She felt uncomfortable because of the neighbours. Dead practical. Your village agent, zoom round, they grab it, no problem whatsoever. So that's what I mean about small things becoming big things.
Yeah.
We really do recognise that in terms of mental health, don't we? Small things
definitely
can come to big things. And just talking about mental health now, the self-help online website has been working brilliantly for a lot of my clients. And then the other thing I was going to say, Tracey, is I don't know about you, but I've been signing up quite a lot of people to talking therapies because, again, if you are feeling very, very anxious, the idea, okay, it looks like a straightforward form, the talking therapies form, a lot of GPs have given those out.
Yeah.
It just feels too much when you're feeling anxious. So we can do that for you over the phone. We can fill in the form. You can tell us confidentially what you would like us to do on that form, and then that's sent off. So that's another, you know, you're talking about what we can and can't do moving forward. That's really important. And I can tell you now, I know somebody who's really been struggling with anxiety, and they have asked about cognitive behavioural therapy, try and change their approach to their anxiety. They were delighted that within a week, the National Health had come back to them, and they have got, so from the time they filled in the online form with me to now, when they are having their first online consultation, it's over the phone, it's only 2.5 weeks.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
When you think people used to wait months.
Yeah, so I think that's fantastic. So please, you know, a lot of you out there are really struggling with anxiety. That is something very practical we can help you with. So do phone. Remember, those conversations are totally confidential. Nobody knows. We are not judging you. A lot of us are very good at our jobs, including me, because we have been through lots of difficult things and we've had to deal with them in our life. That's why we're good at our job. So we are not the right, you know, we couldn't possibly judge because we've been in all sorts of pickles ourselves.
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, that is why
I think life experiences is you can put that back into your job. And I think, like you say, that's what we do as agents. We've had these life experiences, some not so good.
Exactly.
Them as a better person, and that's why we want to give things back. So I've seen Ellie just put in there. Thank you for reminding us, Ellie, because we're just chatting away here. So we're just letting you know the areas that we cover. So I'm community agent. I cover the whole of West Somerset. Izzy, you cover your areas. Do you want to say?
So I cover right up to the Quantocks. So that means going up from Sanford Brett right up to Stigumber, across to Crocombe, down to Bicknoller, and then you've got a coastal strip that includes Kilve, Holford, and down to Stegursey. So
We have
about 14 parishes.
Yeah. Then we have Jane. Unfortunately, Jane doesn't work Monday, so she's not on here today. Jane covers Exford, Dulverton, and all the surrounding areas. So very much, obviously, the isolating areas. Ellie, she covers Minehead alongside the male of the group, who unfortunately our cheeky chappy can't be on here this morning, and I don't blame him because he's celebrating his daughter's birthday with his family. So happy birthday to his daughter Sky. And I got a little mug shot of our little Marky boy. There you go. That's our mug. He likes to think that he keeps us all in check, but he doesn't. We keep in check. So Mark has been absolutely fantastic. He's not one of these fellas that just wants to sit. Oh, you think he's on the chat? Oh, hang on a minute. No, he's not. No, I didn't think he was. So yeah, Mark is very much one of these people. He can't sit still. He can't. He has to be out and about and everything. And he has been absolutely fantastic. He's been picking up bikes for you, Izzy, hasn't he, in his car? He's been picking up food from, is it Taunton? He's been going to our Taunton store, taking things there from the old hospital to put things in our storage unit that we've got there. He's literally been in his car going across the whole of Somerset, not just West Somerset, taking hand sanitizers to people that is needed. And he's just been absolutely fantastic. And I'm just so pleased that he's celebrating the birthday today. But we will get him on here at some point. We will try. But yeah, he's been brilliant. So I'm going to now try and get Tony in. And Tony has been running the coronavirus support group in Minehead. So here is Tony. There she is. Good morning.
Hello. You're right, I'm hiding in the back garden.
That's all right if you want to hide in your back garden.
Yes.
So just tell us a little bit about obviously how it all came about, the Minehead coronavirus group, because certainly for us it was amazing. We've been able to signpost people to you. Clients have been able to get what's needed. How did it come about, Tony?
Well, it started off as a Facebook group, which got quite a lot of members very quickly. Can you hear me okay on there?
Yeah, we can hear you, love. Yeah.
That's all right. Then a few of us got talking, and I sort of got asked if I'd sort of help man the help phone, as I call it. So Mark, bless him, he sorted me out phone quickly and put the first lot of credit onto it, and we made up some flyers, which first lot were funded by BID, second lot were funded by a Tesco. The second lot were funded by Minehead Town Council, which we got all those out over Minehead and some surrounding villages as well. So, and the help phone's been really busy through the pandemic, and I've met some great people on it as well. So it's been really useful, and it's been a godsend, I think, to some people. So
it really has. I mean, you've had regulars, and also the fact of like for Meals on Wheels, you know, we found out that these people were not going to be receiving their hot meals very early on in March, when we'd literally just sort of gone straight into COVID. And within sort of like 3 days, you know, organising for food to be delivered, and then it was like, how are we going to do this? We've got this supplier, but how are we going to deliver? And all these volunteers are now delivering these meals and have done since the end of March and are continuing to do so, which is amazing. And, you know, obviously, like the volunteer that went this particular day, the curtains were shut, you know, the door was locked. They were really concerned. It turned out the lady had had a fall, you know, and we had to call an ambulance. So it's not just delivering a meal. That volunteer is checking to make sure that that person is okay. And we as agents really appreciate the work of your volunteers. They have been amazing.
They have been. And it's not just been delivering meals. It's always they stop, they have a chat. And for some people, it's the only bit of social interaction they're getting through the day. So
that is right, yeah.
it isn't at all, and it's that peace of mind for the family and the relatives, no matter how far they are, that there is somebody popping by, checking up on their relatives through the day. So it's been amazing. Volunteers have been absolutely amazing through the whole time.
They have.
It has been brilliant. But long-term wise, we are looking at turning it into a Good Neighbours scheme like Watch It, which I think, because it's proven it's something that's needed in the community here. Even if it's just somebody to just go up, have a cup of tea, help them out with a little bit of paperwork. I've got a lady who, her husband used to do it all. Sadly, he passed away a couple of years ago, and she's got a pile full of paperwork. She doesn't know what to do. So I've got a volunteer which goes up and gives her a hand just sorting through that pile, helping her get everything into order for her.
And something like that can really become overwhelming for her. She can all of a sudden, like Izzy was saying with mental health, or if they've got dementia, they can have this massive pile of paperwork, or they tend to just hide it in a drawer. That's what people do. They think if we don't open it, then that's okay. I don't have to deal with it. And you know, and simple things really. And that, like you say, that's a vital part of the volunteer. That's, you know. And sometimes that was what we would do, Izzy, wouldn't it? But obviously, you know, because of COVID, it's just become so vast that without the coronavirus groups, you know, we couldn't have been able to keep on track with the amount of clients that were coming in.
No, I don't know how you guys do it. It's amazing. I mean, I've only met, was it you, Tracey? Mark's been a godsend. Ellie's been amazing.
Yeah.
And even when I've come up to a point where I don't know, I've had a phone call through, I don't really know what to do. I've always picked up the phone and phoned one of you guys or messaged one of you, and you've got back and you've helped, and we've got the person sorted.
And we've really built that relationship, haven't we? We built up a fantastic friendship, you know, to say, I didn't even know who you were in March.
To be honest, back in March, I didn't even know what village agents were at all. So
well, I think there was quite a lot of other people that didn't know what a village agent was, and my standard joke has been, well, at least I don't need to explain what my job is now.
No, not at all.
Because everybody's like, oh, there we go, village agent. Oh yeah, we know what you do.
Yes, no, everybody knows you guys now. So, but if anybody does, who are these imposters?
That's Mark. I don't know how to get rid of that now. Just put it on there. I need to hide it. I'm going to hide it. Oh, that's it. That's Mark. He's come on.
Oh, bless him.
Mark in the comments side. Have you noticed? Yeah.
I know. He gets out of all the live videos, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
I think he needs to host one of the talking cafes one day before.
Yeah. We'll get him on here. We'll get him on. It's not as scary as he thinks it is.
No,
I mean, he is. And you know, Tony, I mean, I haven't met you, so hello, lovely to meet you. I think what you know, I think all of us in our team, and we haven't said that much about Jane, who is, she's what a wonderful member of the team she is. You haven't met Jane either. She's highly intelligent, experienced woman who's very well known on Exmoor. But I think we all have a sense of humour. We will, which keeps us alive and positive. But we're all highly professional, and we will go all out, no matter. I was just speaking to clients this morning. You know, okay, so they've got full-time jobs. They're very difficult jobs. Okay, fine. I'll talk to them in the evening. Not a problem. They're in a very complex, traumatic situation with their loved one. Fine. We will do that for them. My bike project, I've got this you know, Andy from Minehead Eye.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. Okay. So Andy, I've got a lot of bikes. I'm hoping for some funding today. 51 bikes already went out, loads of them in Minehead, Tony. But this week I'm hoping for some more funding, and I'm going to be working with Minehead Eye to get those bikes out. Andy's another of those dedicated people. I said, I don't know how we're going to find time in the day. He's running projects. I'm working. Fine. We're just going to get out, and we will get those bikes out to those teenagers and parents who need them. And we will do it. And that is, we are all the same in that regard, aren't we, Tracey?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you say, there's a lot of teenagers, you know, that And they get a lot of bad press sometimes, and actually they're just, you know, they're just frustrated. I mean, I from a parent point of view, I mean, I'm lucky, my children are older, but for all those parents that have had young children and had to homeschool, I raise my hand up to you and say, well done, because I don't know how they've done it 24/7 at home, not able to go out with their children. Only, I mean, what if you haven't got a garden? What on earth have those families had to go by? It's just awful. So, and like, you know, let's hope that the children can get back to school in September, just for a bit of normality for them and for their families, their parents.
And I believe that the CCS are doing research into that now and expecting a report on homeschooling and the impact of what the impact of homeschooling and how that's affected people's mental health and well-being.
Yeah, definitely.
CCS are doing a report on that as we speak.
Brilliant. Nice to know that. Well, nice to have you on here, Tony, and I'm sure I'll be speaking to you later on in the day. Hopefully it won't be a drama.
No, hopefully not. I've put the phone number in the comments earlier. So if anybody just wants to come volunteer at all, give me a call on the help phone, leave a message, and I'll get back to you. Or you can either find me on Facebook, or if you do know somebody who needs a bit of help or support, if it's getting a prescription or some shopping or somebody to talk to, the phone number is in the comments somewhere, but I'll put it in there again once we're finished.
Yes, so there is a number in there, that you've put in there. That's great, Tony. Thank you for that. And like you say, this coronavirus support group is still there, and it's going to turn into a good neighbours scheme like it will in Watch It. So the volunteers are going to be there, you know, and obviously we can signpost them to you as well. So, but yes, if anybody, you know, we are looking for more volunteers all the time, you know. So if you're interested, the number is on there. So it's been really nice to see everybody. This has been so nice rather than it just been me talking. It's great. We'll have to do it again another time. So from all of us here, it's a little bit longer, Talking Cafe Live today. So I don't know who's doing it next week. I can't remember. Is it you, is it? Mark? No, let's not give him a coronary.
I hope it will be our fantastic Jane. And I hope we'll see Jane, because she's quite a remarkable woman, isn't she? She's absolutely,
she is,
what a wonderful woman Jane is. So
she is. Oh, I think it is Jane. She's talking about, I think it's the libraries, if I remember rightly now.
Yeah.
So she is. I think she's getting somebody from the libraries to come on and talk with her as well. Very similar to this. So it's all good. So anyway, we'll say bye, Tony. Nice to see you. Bye.
And bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Izzy. I'll see you later this week. And from me and everybody, it's been a lovely morning. Hope you have a lovely week. And we'll see you all next Monday from West Somerset for Talking Cafe Live. Bye-bye. Take care.